As a large part of Africa, the West Indies, Mexico, and large part of North Pole and South Pole, and a large part of ocean islands have reasonably unimpacted, and one of the most wealthiest and most powerful nation in on the face of the earth, namely United States, is impacted in a very big way on this Easter Sunday. We are on the eve of, almost on the eve, pre-eve of the Easter Sunday, and to commiserate the meaning of Easter, uh, re, 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 rebirth of, or re, when Jesus Christ, the Holy Christ, Jesus was, he came alive from that crucifixion. I am not ashamed to, if I made any mistake in that analysis, I care a fuck, because to me this crisis, the current crisis that has been brought upon Europe and United States, to me seems, it looks like a lab tested uh, virus, and I don't know whether it was some military in US or some military in China tested it and created it in the first place, and then it was tested in a controlled way. That's how, when they made nuclear bomb, all the nuclear weapons are first tested under control environment. This seems to be tested under controlled environment by somebody, and my only concern with the Easter shit and all the religious shit is I haven't seen any religious leader from any part, any religion. In fact, they are all hiding. They are all following the rule. Generally, they don't follow those rules. They say that either this is a communist government or this is a capitalist government, socialist government. They complain all the time. But the fear of death, so there is no question of coming back. A coronavirus dead, Christ is dead. A coronavirus Krishna is dead. A coronavirus dead Allah is dead. There is no Easter. The whole theory goes into the water. They have to come back now with somebody who is not afraid, some God who is not afraid of coronavirus. Otherwise, we are short of gods now. There is no real one. All are social distancing from their disciples. So, on 12th April, which is the Easter day, Sunday, and then there will be so many other religion, but it is pointless. There is no need for me to dissect it again and again. Well, only one sentence: everybody needs a new God, because all these gods have failed. Then what we need practically is see the West Indies, the Mexico and Africa, and some Pacific islands and some Indian Ocean islands, Fiji, and within the United States also there are some states which are reasonably untouched. So all this talk of social distancing, somehow all this talk, all this philosophy and all this religions and all this if and but, do's and don't, what and why, how and where, about this illness is unfathomable at the most. I just came from India 2 weeks back. In fact, mine was the last flight to United States from India, and I have seen and I was there, and now I am back home. To me, I think the gods have failed in both the democracy. In fact, the politicians have become God. I can tell you that in India, it is a politician who is now considered as more safe heaven than Ram or Krishna or Allah or Jesus in India. Same thing here in the United States. It's the politicians, elected politicians and unelected, or those who wants to be elected. In the United States, the big casualty of this is, in my opinion, a dropping out decision by Bernie Sanders. This has left us, the Democrats, with a very, very weak candidate to face the president. I am a Democrat, but I think Mr. President is doing very well. He should be re-elected. He should not be considered God, as happened in India, another democracy. So Mr. Trump is a good president. He has, to me, so far kept all his promises and deserve to come back. Let's not go into deep into that, because this is something that probably. What about Satan? No one is talking about the Satan, the bad guy. Neither do I. I'm not going to talk. But Easter is here. Let the believer believe and sit apart 10 feet from each other and stay away 1,000 feet from Christ. Away.